the one, the only, Ben Morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun, Talina, and today we're doing a simulation of Hey. Shabbos, you want to have a firewood for Shabbos, fireplace for Shabbos. The first halacha says you have to make sure that the wood is lit already enough before Shabbos that it'll go for a long time and it won't go out. It won't go out. If it's going to go out, that's a problem because then we're worried while it's going out and the embers are going out, you're going to go ahead and stoke the coals, stoke the fire, the wood, and make sure it relights. Now, let me be clear on the malacha havara. Havara means to make a fire, to kindle a fire. Now, if I go ahead and take a match and light a fire, is that called havara? Some say it's not, some say it is. I believe it is havara. Havara means creating a new fire when there wasn't one. Right? There's no visible fire. There's no visible fire. You create a visible fire, you've done that. Right? I talked about turning burners on and shot with the burners on to make it higher. I don't believe that's a malacha havara. That's something called marbe b'shurim. It's a small fire, you're making a big fire. That's called marbe b'shurim. Basically, on Yom Tov, you're allowed to do that, marbe b'shurim, right? Even though I only need to bake one loaf of bread. Ochel nefesh is mutter on Yom Tov. I can add in 1,000 loaves of bread if I can into my industrial oven because, you're using the oven for one loaf of bread. You can use it for 1,000,000. It doesn't make a difference. Ochel nefesh is hutra. But Shabbos, where only certain things are the chuyas, so therefore, my Shiur and is asur. It's only asur midrabanan, not really midoraisa. So therefore, it's derabanan to raise the flame. The question in Reish and Gilur Shadal is a question of bishul, right? Bishul is deraisa, deravala bishul deraisa, or derabanan. I said it's only bishul derabanan. It's already cooked medium, or it's cooked fully, but now when stomach v'yafalo, it's going to become better cooked. So that's bishul derabanan. Because again, that's just making it taste a little better. So that's like marbe b'shurim. It was cooked and you're cooking it a little more. So that's marbe b'shurim. To make it from not cooked to medium rare, like by meat, that's changing it from inedible to edible. And that's creating something new, which is a malacha on Shabbos. And here, similarly to havara, creating a new fire or a non-visible fire is something which is a malacha havara. Otherwise, marbe b'shurim. Now, in halacha beis here, it says that, let's say you have coals. And coals, you can light them and they'll glow. There's no visible fire. So we're worried, in halacha aleph, we're worried if the flame is not ola me'eleh, meaning if you don't play around with it, if you don't add more wood, it's going to go out very soon by itself. So it's going to go out very soon by itself, so therefore we're worried you're not allowed to use that fire on Shabbos, because here they're you're not allowed to use the fire on Shabbos, because since it's going to go out by itself very quickly, as it's going out and the embers, right, the fire is gone, it's just a little, the embers are remaining, you're going to go ahead and stoke the fire and relight the fire, which is a malacha of havara. In Beis, where you have coals which are, glowing but are not yet, we're not worrying the cholim because even though yes, it would be malacha d'oraisa havara, we're only going to be gozer on malacha d'oraisa and the possibility of malacha d'oraisa. But since the tendency is that coals by themselves light the fire, they don't subside. The fire comes out of them eventually. Therefore, we're not concerned that you're going to do it. You'll wait till the fire comes, and that's why it's not a problem. Right, so it is malacha havara, but we're not gozer because it's going to happen by itself. However, if you have firewood and it's going to go out by itself, it's not ola me'eleh, it's not self-sustaining. So then, since it's going to go out by itself, to make a gzeira that you might come to go when it's basically out, you're going to go relight it and make a new fire and violate the malacha of havara. I think I summed it up pretty nicely over there. I hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.